This is the story of Taiwo Awoniyi, the boy who dared to dream.
A man who's written some forest history today, Taiwo Awoniyi.
Taiwo Awoniyi scores! And the city ground goes ballistic!
Taiwo Awoniyi's story started in the industrial city of Ilorin, Kwara State, with a family of 6 kids. Taiwo's father was a prison officer whose salary was barely enough to feed his family, but it never stopped him from sending 6 of them to school. He would borrow money just to pay their fees because he believed education was their way out of hardship. But God had other plans. Side note, God always has a plan, trust it. His father wanted him to study medicine and become a doctor, but young Taiwo fell in love with the round leather game and only wanted to play football. His mother noticed his love for football and bought him his first ball, a ball commonly called felele. His father was still insistent on him going to school, but after a while, they came to an agreement, which is, do well in school, then you play football. Any term he fails, no football. Side note, follow your passion. It still wasn't easy. Taiwo had to trek for over an hour to get to training when he joined his first academy, Unicorn Academy. He needed to buy football boots as he couldn't play barefoot in the academy and couldn't ask his parents for money as he knew they were struggling, so he decided to work. He worked in the bakery and construction site as a bricklayer just to make enough money to buy his first football boots.
Every work in Nigeria back then. I work in the bakery, I work as a bricklayer. The challenging part of it is getting the money to buy the football shoes.
Side note, be prepared to work hard and sacrifice. Don't let anyone limit your dreams. His coach at Unicorn Academy, Coach Alojo Abdulrasak, noticed Taiwo was missing training around the period when Coca-Cola was picking a team to represent Nigeria in a regional tournament. He discovered it was because of transport fare, so he decided to start taking Taiwo back on his bike, or give him money for tea fare because he believed in the talent of Taiwo. Taiwo didn't disappoint. He was picked among the players who went to London for an African tournament sponsored by Coca-Cola. Side note, surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams, encourage your ideas, and bring out the best in you. While he was in London, they visited Chelsea, Cobham, where he met Michael, and in his heart, he kept praying that God brings him back to England. He was the MVP in the tournament, but after the tournament, he came back to Nigeria, and it was as if nothing would come out of it. He had to start fetching water for people to get money to go to training, and after a while, he went back to his dad, telling him he wanted to go back to school. Side note, the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. His father, who was then retired, ran to his friend, borrowed money, and gave it to Taiwo to go and register for JAMB examination. Taiwo went to the house of the man who was supposed to help him register for JAMB twice, and didn't meet him, and was going home later that evening when the phone his father gave him rang. It was Imperial Soccer Academy, owned by former Nigerian international Seyi Olofinjana. They wanted Taiwo to join them and needed him to leave with one of their scouts the next day. Side note, God is the master script writer. Every move is planned. Taiwo went home and begged his father to allow him to go to Lagos and join the academy together with the JAM money he gave him earlier for upkeep. His father agreed, and after he got to Lagos, the club asked his father to come and sign some papers. His father went, but had to sleep in a church as he couldn't afford to stay in a hotel. Side note, good fathers do 3 things. They provide, they nurture, and they guide. While he was at Imperial Soccer Academy, he got an invitation to join the Nigeria under-15. And from there, the under-17 call came in. In all these, the academy provided his transport and kits for him, and he got to the under-17 World Cup as one of the youngest players, playing second choice to Isaac's Success, who got injured, and Taiwo came in. He grabbed the opportunity by scoring in the match, and going on to score 4 goals in the tournament, which Nigeria won in 2013. Side note, one opportunity used wisely can change your life. He went back to his academy, and after representing Nigeria at the Under-20, where he scored 7 goals in 9 appearances, winning the African Under-20 Championship, Liverpool came calling and signing him on a 5-year deal. He couldn't play for Liverpool because he needed a work permit, and the only way he could get it was by playing for Nigeria at the Olympics, where he scored one of the goals that qualified Nigeria for the Olympics, but he was dropped. He was disappointed, but still believed in God's plans for his life. Side note, UPS and downs are part of what makes the success story sweeter. In 2015, Liverpool sent him on loan to Frankfurt, who were fighting relegation, but he struggled and scored only 1 goal, and the team was relegated. In 2016, he was loaned to NEC. He also struggled, scored only twice, and NEC was relegated. In 2017, he was loaned to the Belgian club, Mouscron, where he scored 7 goals in 27 matches. He still couldn't get a work permit to play for Liverpool, so was loaned out again, this time to Gent. Side note, trials in life are not meant to make us fail, but to test how far we can fly. He signed for Liverpool as an 18-year-old, but has been on loan for 3 years now. After another loan to Mainz in 2019, he joined Union Berlin in 2020 and scored 5 goals, but it was enough for Berlin to break their transfer record and sign him permanently for £6.5 million. He went on to score 15 goals for Berlin the next season, and that's when Nottingham Forest of the English Premier League came calling, and he jumped at the offer, as the EPL was his dream. Side note, as you move towards your dream moves toward you. He moved to the EPL and became the first player to score Nottingham Forest's first goal back in the EPL. He also became the 3rd African to score in 7 consecutive games when he went on a run of goal-scoring spree against Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea, goals that kept Nottingham Forest in the league. Now, he's living the dream he hoped for, and that's all down to hard work, support system, and his unquenchable faith in God. Today, he's a superstar who made it from scratch. He went from patching his football boots to rebuilding the football academy, where he started in Kwara State under the same coach who believed in him. Now his parents live worry-free, as he has paid off all the debts his father borrowed to train them in school and more. If you can dream it, believe it, work on it, and ask God for direction always, you will achieve it. There's no dream too big for anyone. If Taiwo Awoniyi can go from sneaking into the football centre to watch EPL stars to being an EPL star, anything is possible. Oh, by the way, he got a degree by studying business management while he was on a loan, fulfilling his father's dreams. I ask again, how big is your dream? Story by Sports Dakita, narrated by Miss Taylor.